I want to help you increase your close ratio in 2023 with these 3 simple steps. And I'm going to give you some mindset, some skills, some strategies that are working for me right now in my business. This conversation is always tricky because I don't want you to feel sleazy. I don't want you to feel too eager, too desperate, too pushy, or have that commission breath. You know what I'm saying? But you have to have some passion. You have to have some excitement for what you're doing. If you don't believe in what you're doing, why would anyone else believe in what you're doing? Would you follow you? Would you buy from you? And remember, you want to sell the solution. You want to sell the result. As Nadya would say, however, not everybody's going to buy after one conversation. Here's your biggest competitor. Now, I know you're thinking of different companies. You're thinking of companies that have similar products, similar opportunities, maybe other MLMs. Maybe you feel like you're competing with other leaders in your company. And that's true to some extent, but it's a small percentage. You're not losing sales to your competitors. You're not losing leads or recruits to your other, the other companies, those competitors. Those competitors are not your biggest competition. Your biggest competition is what? It's indecision. It's indecision. People don't want to get their hopes up. They don't want to spend money and waste it. They don't want to get started in a program if they don't trust that they're going to get the results. Maybe they don't trust you. Maybe they don't trust the company. Maybe they don't trust themselves. But the point is, this is why a lot of people need to be followed up with. This is why you have to nurture the relationship. This is why you have to sometimes change the subject. This is something I've been very good at over the years. So the 3 steps, very simply, is you create conversations, you create curiosity. This should be common sense. You're creating curiosity or creating conversations, meaning you're either proactively reaching out to people or you're creating a piece of content that is attracting people to you. Maybe it's some form of entertainment. Right? Maybe it's some form of inspiration. Maybe you're telling a story. Maybe it's a reel. Maybe it's a TikTok. Remember, every conversation you have, every interaction you have, you're planting seeds. You're planting seeds. And then through your follow-up, through your marketing efforts, you're watering those seeds that you've planted. Now, some people say, well, John, I'm doing the follow-ups. Yeah, but are you excited? Excitement is contagious. Some people say, John, I'm so excited. I love this business. I think it's amazing. Tell your face. Tell your face. Like, people need to know that you have certainty. You know who I buy from? People with certainty. You want to have the mentality of a consultant. You want to give consultation, advice. You want to be known as an authority. This is not going to happen overnight. I know in the beginning, some of us say, well, I lack confidence. Of course, you're brand new, but you want to borrow your upline's confidence. You want to borrow the leadership, the tools. Don't be a fool. Use a tool. Right? You want to borrow their confidence in the beginning. In the beginning, you don't need to have a lot of confidence. You need to be courageous. You need to be courageous. How many of you ever heard the Brene Brown quote that I share all the time? Choose courage over comfort. Some of you are stuck in your comfort zone and you're like, oh, I don't want to upset people. I don't want to be a Spamela Anderson, right? Like, I don't want to bother people. You're bothering people by changing their freaking life. Oh, that's such a nuisance. Oh, you're so annoying. You're trying to change their life. They expressed interest, but you have to know that your competitor's indecision. So when you're creating these conversations, right? Again, it could be through your marketing efforts. It could be from you proactively reaching out to people. So that's number 1. Step 2 is get yourself out of the way. Don't be a fool. Use a tool. We've all heard the cliche, the fortune's in the follow-up, and it's true. So this is why we created this ATM system. But most people are not going to buy after 1 or 2 conversations. Most people, I'm telling you, write this down. It's going to be like 2 to 3 weeks. I know that's annoying, but just think about yourself. Think about the buying decisions you've made. Buying a house, buying a car, right? Could be something a lot smaller, obviously, a program that you invested in. The point is, you probably didn't buy it after 1 video, after 1 conversation, after 1 day or 1 week even. That's why this ATM system is so powerful, because we add people to the group and we tag them in the information. And then the group does some of the selling and telling for us. What do I mean by that? Well, people are in there. They're telling their story. They're sharing their results, right? They're starting to see other people pop into their feed from the group. And then, of course, you want to be more strategic with your commenting in the group, your posting in the group, because that person is going to most likely see your stuff in the group than anyone else's because you're their friend, right? So be strategic in that regard. But the point is, we create these conversations through our marketing or prospecting efforts. We add them to the groups. We tag them in the stuff. We tag them in the things. Sell the thing that explains the thing. I'm not the one that explains the compensation plan. No, 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 no. I tag them in the video. I'm not the one explaining our 5-day drop. No, 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 no. I'm sharing the page. I'm sharing the testimonials. I'm sharing the videos. I let the tools do the talking, and then I follow up. I keep track of people. So that's the third step, right? That's the common sense. It should be common sense. Common sense is not common practice. Here's an example. That's my follow-up book. These are the people I'm adding to my follow-up book. Anybody that expresses interest in my products or opportunity, anybody that has any questions, any interest whatsoever, I'm adding them, I'm tagging them. Period, end of story. Why? Because I need them to, number one, see the stuff that's going to explain the stuff. You understand? But number two, I want them to see how simple our system is. I want them to see that it's a community. There's that social proof, that social evidence. I'm not the only one telling you this is a good idea. There's a whole group. There's a whole community. There's all this support. And again, I can tag them in some of the things. You know what I'm saying? So whatever floats your boat, but you need to keep track of the people you're talking to, because most people are not going to buy after one or two conversations. Most people are not going to buy after one video. They're not going to buy after you tag them in one thing. I mean, you just have to know this to be true. So you have to be organized. You have to be excited. You have to stay in touch. You have to find creative ways to change the subject, keep the conversation going. It could be as simple as, hey, what would you like the next step to be? I know I tagged you in some videos. You've been, taking a look at some of the information. What would you like the next step to be? Let them tell you what they need, what they want to know, where they're at in the buying process. Here's a couple other things. I'm going to talk specifically about recruits. So it's a little different when you're having a recruiting conversation. And this is something that can be a little tricky because I know a lot of you lead with the product. I recommend it. I teach my team, my best promoters, even my biggest earners and top recruiters, they lead with the product. So I'm all about leading with the product. However, you need to ask the extra question. Would you also be open to taking a look at the opportunity? If not, no big deal. They're already looking at the products. Why not add them to the business community as well? So when I'm following up with a business prospect, it's a little different. I'm not just sending my link, hooking them up with my discount code. I'm not just adding them to the group. I'm offering to do a phone call. I'm always willing to get on the phone with a personal recruit every single time, every day. Every time someone says they're interested in the business, I will get on the phone with that person. Why? Because it's different when you're partnering with someone. See, some of you are missing a couple steps in the recruiting process. You're doing the ATM, right? You're creating the conversations, ATM, you're following up. But what you're missing is that very important step of offering to do a call so that they can get to know you. You can get to know them. You can map out a plan, right? They're not just buying product. They're looking to partner with you. They're looking at you as their mentor. But here's the other thing you should do is put them in a chat. You should absolutely put every business prospect in a chat. If you're looking to partner up with someone. Now, listen, I've recruited tons of people, right? I had my biggest recruiting year ever last year, 122 personal recruits. And that's after being with the same company for 7.5 years. So to still be able to recruit that many people, that's obviously, pretty special. And the reason that's the case is because I talk about the business every day. Like I'm constantly promoting and talking about the business. Obviously, I love talking residual income, leveraged income, all the things. But I'm definitely willing to get on the phone with someone because look, if they're looking to partner up with you, one 15-minute call, 30-minute call, whatever, could mean that you work with this person for years. You might work with this person for the next 5 years, 10 years, making money together. Do you think it's worth getting on the phone with that person? The obvious answer is hell yes. I'm not talking you're doing a presentation. They've already seen the presentation video. They've already been added to the groups. You've already put them in a group chat. Hopefully, you're putting your business prospects in a group chat. When I do my group chats, it's me, my prospect, and then I add 3 to 4 leaders on the team into that chat. For one very obvious reason is not everybody's going to respond right away. So some people respond right away, but some might respond the next day, 2 days later. It keeps the chat going. And this person, my prospect, is now meeting all these other women. In fact, in our business, we have a lot of moms. And I'm obviously not a mom. Now I am a parent, but I'm not a mom, right? So if I got a mom, I want her to meet other moms on the team. I want her to meet other people that she would relate to or he would relate to. We have a lot of men also, of course. The point is, I'm getting myself out of the way. Again, don't be a fool. Use the tool. And a tool would be a video. A tool would be your upline. A tool would be Facebook Messenger. In fact, if you're not sending audio clips, if you're just like copy and pasting, sending messages, or you're using like Project Broadcast to follow up with people, and it's just like, it's 3 paragraphs, it's clearly a mass text, this is why your close ratio sucks. Keep this in mind too. If you can make them laugh, you can make them buy. Right? Crack a joke, loosen up a little bit. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't put so much pressure on them to join, right? Maybe it could be something as funny as, Sarah, I know we've had a couple conversations now. Where are you at, girl? You ready to do this or what? You ready to drop these 5 pounds in 5 days? Or you ready to make the big bucks? You ready to make an extra $500 this month? Like, I'm ready when you are, right? Like, just not always being so serious, right? It depends on the prospect, depends on your personality. But I'm just telling you, the fortune's in the follow-up. I had this one person earlier today. She said, I don't want to come across as like, oversharing or too pushy. And I go, look, I'd rather someone's oversharing than undersharing. I'd rather someone's pushy, trying to change lives for a living and making a difference in the world, then, they're just like so reserved and like a freaking secret agent. It's like, yeah, I got this amazing business opportunity, greatest thing since sliced bread. I got this phenomenal product line, but I'm not going to tell anybody about it unless they ask me. I'm just going to sit back twiddling my thumbs, waiting for people to come to me. That's just not how it works. You have to be proactive. All of my top enrollers, all the people producing big numbers within our organization, putting in 50 new customers a month, 100 new customers a month, like they are talking about their stuff, whether it's their products, their story, they're doing the stuff every day. They're doing the things that it takes to be successful every day. And I know for some of you, you're not there yet. You're still trying to get some clarity on like your brand and, your lifer, the person you're trying to attract. And I need you to give up on all that nonsense. I really do. And I need you just to start talking about the things you're excited about and just realize that even if it's just like a 5-minute live video every day, maybe just do a 5-minute live video every day on something you're excited about, something you're learning, a story you want to share. It doesn't have to be your own personal story. And you're just starting to put yourself out there on a consistent basis. You will start to create the confidence and the clarity you need when it comes to your marketing. And it's the same thing with prospecting. I'm going to challenge all of you. Get the follow-up book. Start keeping track of your conversations. ATM 20 people as quickly as you can. Is it really that hard to have like, let's say 25 business conversations this week? That's 5 a day. In fact, I would challenge you to have 25 conversations this week, like proactively reaching out to people about your products and then asking the extra question. And whatever your product is, I know, again, some of you are selling like makeup, some of you are selling like whatever. You're selling something you're excited about. Find something that you can lead with, that hero product, and then have those conversations, reaching out to people, and then just ask them the extra question. Would you also be open to making money online from home, from your freaking smartphone? Because it seems pretty smart to do so. Does that make sense? I found a game-changing way to make money online. If you're open to it, I'd love to share some information. If not, no big deal.